make roads.
Working on a pole line, going down, working on a pole line. How about another round?
All right, everybody. I'm Chris Hansen. I'm here with...
damn, what a name to have.
No, I'm just kidding.
Sneak up on a dude and go, sit down.
It does kind of look like we're in like a little like...
Why don't you sit down? Who's Thumper Girl 14? I don't know who that is at all.
Yeah, he's actually about to walk in.
We have some messengers here from her. It says here, I want to suck your butt. Would you like to suck my butt? That's what Chris Hansen always does. He always asks the same question that they ask in the text. It's very funny.
Oh, would you like... Yeah.
He goes, would you like to eat my pie? And the guy goes, no.
Obviously not. You're not a 14-year-old girl.
No, you're not a young, hot little bitch. He goes, wow, all right, so you're just going to lean into it. Just the pedophile that leans into it. He goes, I know why you're
Yes,
here.
I would love to.
I brought some Zimas to fuck some kids. And they go,
This room kind of looks like a little like ballerina recital.
yeah,
like,
this looks like a strip club. This looks like a strip club dressing room. Not that I've ever been inside one, but I would assume
We've
it's
seen it, Nora.
a light purple
Yeah.
with a ton of mini lockers.
Yeah.
Because I assume strippers don't have a lot to lock.
No.
Just like a thong and some heels,
Right.
you know, and maybe
Yeah.
a cop outfit.
Starlet was getting ready over there.
Yeah, this does feel very stripper.
Yeah, so like I said, I'm here with Dan Soder, the golden retriever of comedy, as
Yes.
Reddit called him.
Shout out Opie and Anthony subreddit.
Oh, that's where that's from?
Yeah, I think that's where it first came in like 2000 and like 13 or 14.
I'll re-listen to those all the time.
Oh, it's great, man. I love listening because you're hearing like Louis and Burr and Patrice and Colin and Norton and all them, like kind of when that was like they weren't famous,
Right.
but they were at the peak of their powers.
Yeah.
So it was very fun.
There's a Louis one where he's talking about like Walmart.
Yeah.
And like how that's like killing small businesses. And
Yeah.
I think about that on a daily basis.
Yeah. It was also awesome when he asked Rumsfeld if he was
He's
a lizard person.
Yeah.
Those are like the kind of shit that was like before comedians were treated important.
Right.
You know, they're just kind of like, hey, he's a stand-up comic.
jester.
Yeah, well, it was almost like Louis' credit back then was he was a writer for the Chris Rock show and he directed Pootie Tang.
Yeah.
Like no one was like,
Right.
Now he's, now he's a Hall of Famer.
He just wrote a book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now he's just like the greatest that ever did it. But back then it was just like, oh, this fucking funny guy.
Yeah.
Promoting his gigs on the radio.
So we're here. We're in the egg.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
I came up through the elevator, so I didn't get to walk up to it. But driving up to it, I was like, this is fucking sick.
I think they thought I was like some sort of like terrorist or something.
Oh, really? I got a text. I got a frantic text from the tour manager that was like, there's a guy here? And I was like, that's my enemy.
Yeah.
I wish I would have that would have been really funny if I would have just came back at him and be like, do not let him within 100 yards.
I
And then
kind
you
of
just
was, yeah.
I could have got you beat up.
I don't know. They were kind of old, the security.
Yeah, security, if you really look at it,
Yeah.
if you really, really look at it,
Yeah.
the only security you're going to have a problem with most of the time is bar security.
Right.
Event security.
Just bring a ladder.
No, they're either too old or they're too young.
Yeah.
I worked event security when I was 16. I was too
Really?
young.
Yeah.
And then now I'm too old. If I was event security, you could, dude, one sprint away from me, I would give up. I'd be like, that ain't worth it.
I feel like this building kind of looks like a gift from Qatar or whatever.
Yeah. This is where it all started. This is a giant satellite that sends it back to Abu Dhabi.
I do feel like we're about to just...
Yeah. I was laughing because the New York Knicks are in the playoffs and their jerseys are sponsored by Abu Dhabi. And I think that's just very funny to be like, my dad was a Knicks fan, my grandfather was a Knicks fan, and I love the Abu Dhabi New York Knickerbockers.
Especially in New York.
Yeah, because they're like, no terrorist
Yeah.
can come here, but you can sponsor our team.
Yeah, that seems to be how it is now with Liv and everything too.
How do you say it?
I couldn't tell you.
It's the capital of Saudi Arabia. People who are listening.
Rundown.
R-I-D.
Rhodesia.
Who gives a shit?
No one cares.
We're moving past it
Yeah.
if you're listening to this.
Yeah, they're not. So I do have a segment here, which is steal from your segment.
Nice, dude.
So I have some cards for you.
Nice, dude.
I know
what do
you
you
love
got?
some cards, so I'm just
Let's
going to
fucking
hand them to you.
Bust them out.
See what you
one
think.
by one.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got
Want to
these
go through
today.
it?
Yeah.
Okay, we got Steve Young. Sick. Jerry Rice, MVP card, sick. Ronnie Lott, greatest of all time.
I feel like Ronnie Lott looks like he's like a type of dude that they don't have that type of cornerback anymore.
Yeah, he's a safety, dude. He wasn't he fucking corner my ass, dude.
I'm cutting that.
This guy's bombing in on a fucking safety position. Also wore like a D lineman's mask every year. Originally started with the bar down the middle and then moved to this badass shit. He'd rock your shit. Young Mello on the Nuggets.
Yeah, I'm from Cuse, so I had to do that.
I bet you love Mello.
Yeah, he actually just opened a dispensary in Syracuse.
Yeah, his weed's pretty good.
There you go. Mello's weed.
This is sick. This is Steve Young. This is great.
Look at the back of that one.
Broadway Review. It's a Joe Namath, Steve Young mashup. Oh, it's Joe Namath saying his favorite quarterback, Steve Young. Respect to Broadway Joe.
Talking about the boys.
And then Caitlin Clark, best ever did it, an Iowa card.
Yeah, I had to bring a girl just in case.
Dude, I love it.
Needed something in the hotel later.
Yeah, just something to thwap to. I got a girl just banging threes from downtown. Nothing gets me harder than 3-point shots from the top. Yeah, I'm a Nuggets fan, so I'm trying to rush after the show. Go watch this Nuggets Thunder game, which hopefully they win.
I think they will.
I don't know. It's been really bleak.
But we are members of a certain club or society, which is the Dead Parent Society.
Shout out. Are you dead dad or dead mom?
Dead mom.
Dead mom, dude. That's the degree of difficulty on that's different. That's a fucking tougher one. I'd say that's the harder one. Yeah, dead dad's easier.
Okay. Why do you think
you're just taking it up a difficulty notch? Because your mom is like your emotional center.
Yeah.
Your dad is kind of like your confidence center. But
right.
Your mom's, how old were you when she died?
18.
Okay, so she got most formative years in there.
Yeah.
You won't be a serial killer.
No, hopefully not.
No, you'll be all right.
Despite what security thought.
18.
Today.
How old are you now?
22.
Okay, so it's fresh. It's 4 years old. Yeah, you'll be okay. If anything, you'll be more sensitive, which is good.
Yeah, I try.
Yeah, that'll be good. Yeah. Do you have a girlfriend?
I do not.
Okay. It when you get older, that's a good thing for dating. When you go, okay, my mom died young.
Trust me.
And then they go, oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I have
I use it a little too much.
I have a mom.
Right.
Having a dad, they're like,
yeah.
So what?
Yeah, my dad's
right
gone
now. Too. That's why I'm blowing you.
Right.
And you're like, all right.
But I do have some questions, I guess, because I am trying to do comedy as well. So.
Have you done an open mic yet?
Oh, I've done a few, yeah.
Yeah? Is there one you can do consistent?
There is a student-run club at Syracuse.
Do it as much as possible.
Yeah, thank you.
You're living your regular life right now, so don't interrupt that to chase comedy if you're still going to school.
Yeah, I just graduated.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Are you going to jump into stand-up?
Yeah.
Where are you going to move?
So I'm going back to Pittsburgh at first. I'm going to work for the
Cool.
And then after that, I'm going to...
Good scene, good funny people there.
Yeah.
You'll be able to do mics.
Yeah.
They got a real club. They got a good club.
Yeah.
They got big people coming through.
Yeah.
That's good. Is that temporary?
Yes, and then I know some people in New York, and then I'm going to try to get there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're young.
Yeah.
So you're like, you don't have a family. You don't have responsibilities.
Right.
So just don't expect anything.
Yeah.
And truly try to have fun. Because
Yeah.
it's like, I was the same age. I graduated Arizona, and then I moved. I worked a year to save up money, and then I moved to New York, and it was like, but in Tucson, I was doing stand-up and shit.
Yeah.
So, no, that's perfect.
Yeah, thank you.
That's the perfect age to do it.
Yeah.
You're the only kind of person I would tell to jump headfirst into stand-up.
Right.
I don't like telling guys that are either that have families
Yeah.
or have like good jobs that
Right.
have security, because
Yeah.
you're like, you know, but sometimes that happens. Sometimes guys with good jobs and shit just take a run on it. It's just a gamble. It's
Yeah.
just you are gambling.
Right.
You know?
When did you start joking about your dad specifically? Or like what was the first time you did that?
I mean, shit, like personally, I started joking about him being dead within probably minutes of finding out he was dead.
Yeah.
But comedically, it took me a while.
Yeah.
I just had to learn how to write jokes first. I learned how to write like personal jokes and observational jokes, and I had to learn how to write them good, because it's a subject that if you tackle wrong, they won't go with you.
Right.
And the whole point's get them to go with you.
Yeah. I almost feel like they're with me like too much in a sympathy
Yeah, you don't want
way.
sympathy laughs.
Yeah.
You want like a joke that's like objectively funny.
Right.
So you just got to get good at stand-up. You know,
Yeah.
I see like, I remember when I was coming up, I would see guys try to get political too quick. And you're like, you know, at the time they were trying to be like Doug Stanhope. And it was like, 'cause Stanhope was brilliant about all the, you know, about all the political stuff. And then you would watch these guys and you're like, you're trying to be Bill Hicks, you're trying to be Doug Stanhope, but you don't know how to write a joke
Right.
yet.
Yeah.
So you're just like, you're trying to play on level 100 when you
Yeah.
haven't even beat level 1 yet.
Yeah. Correct.
So that's, I feel the same way about dark shit in your life.
Yeah.
Like you got to learn how to brighten it. It's like chefs learn how to make recipes like less salty,
Right,
more,
right.
you know, like that's all writing jokes is learning how to add cream, but not too much,
Yeah.
but enough, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you're going for flavor profile
Right.
and
But
shit.
first, you have to make anything.
Yeah, you just gotta learn how to. You have to burn stuff.
Yeah.
you have to burn stuff, and you have to fucking fail, and
Right.
then learn how to make how you make it versus how you were taught it was made.
Yeah.
because if it, you know, it's like cooking. If everything was just in a recipe book, everyone would make the same food.
Right.
But like good chefs know how to cook, and I know that's a corny analogy for stand-up.
No, that's
but
all right.
it is true that I think like unless you're just trying to get clout and money.
No.
If you're trying to be good at stand-up, I think it's like, if you're a fan of stand-up and you're doing stand-up, you should be trying to figure out all the elements.
Do you think there's a point where you can know too much and then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is a moment of being like overloaded with information.
Yeah.
Where you kind of frozen.
Right.
So you got to learn how to like.
Find a way out of that.
Yeah, there's like a moment where you stop watching stand-up.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a moment where you go like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, because I used to consume everything.
Right.
And then now I'll consume very little.
Yeah.
But when I do consume it, I'm like hyper aware of what I'm watching.
Yeah. I'm trying not to like download like I'm trying to pause, but
Yeah, the dangerous part is getting caught into your favorites and sounding like them. But I think that's just the natural part of it. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
everyone does that. Comedians, musicians, painters, everyone is inspired by somebody, and you can see their influence
yeah.
in them. It's just
Right.
the best is when you can strip it all away and just be yourself.
Yeah. What's your? I feel like I'm interrupting your natural
No.
process here. What would be your like before show?
I mean, I was gonna hang out. I
Yeah.
was hanging out with Carmen and Brendan, who are opening,
Okay.
and just bullshit.
Yeah.
Just make, you know, I feel like I'm lucky because my stand-up's like conversational,
Yeah.
and you know, there's some new bits I want to do, but I just want to hang out and have
Yeah.
fun.
So do you try those out on the road?
Sometimes,
Yeah.
most of the time, in the middle of the set,
Yeah.
and sandwiched in between two jokes that work. You
Right.
go like, I kind of want to see if this will work.
So then you would take that to like the tour specifically. You think you would try jokes out on the tour or once?
Depends if I have a premise that I'm fucking with that I'm
Yeah.
excited about.
Yeah.
But more than likely, I'm trying to just do the ones that are. But I think every show I try something.
Yeah.
Because every show there should be a reason to be like,
right.
you should take an attempt
Yeah.
that could fail. Because
Yeah.
then you're like,
Yeah.
if you're just doing the material, that's why all those guys in the 80s got bogged down. 'Cause
Right.
the guys in the 80s were like, ba 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 ba
Oh,
ba
yeah.
ba 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 ba. They're just saying words
Yeah.
instead of going like, I do think this is funny. How can I convey it?
Right. Right.
And that's the part of trying new stuff.
Yeah.
You go, I think this is funny.
Yeah.
And then it's not. And you go, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the worst part.
Yeah.
Good luck, dude.
Yeah.
It's a long fucking grind.
Yeah. Thank you.
But it's very fun.
Yeah.
And if you're ever lucky enough to do stand up as a job, you just got to keep that in mind. It goes up, it goes down. But it's fucking very fun to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I don't know. I always feel very lucky.
Yeah.
Very lucky that I get
Yeah.
to, you know, it's my job is to drive
Yeah.
up here on a Thursday, do
True.
stand up at a place called The Egg, and then drive to Burlington.
I'll put a picture of the thing up here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cut two.
Yeah.
Egg.
The egg.
Egg.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for the cards, dude.
Yeah. No problem.
I'm going to go have a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Smoke
please.
some weed.
All right. Thank you very much for watching.
Thank you for watching.
Thanks for coming. Go see Dan on the Golden Retriever of Comedy Tour.
Go Denver Nuggets. Go San Francisco 49ers. Go San Francisco Giants.
Go Pittsburgh teams also.
Go Pittsburgh teams. Skeens, he seemed like a good dude.
Yeah, he's gonna be gone though.
You think he's gone?
Well, I mean,
You guys stink right now.
we can't do shit.
You guys can't do shit, and he's so good.
I called Ronnie Lott a cornerback.
Later, guys.
Working on a pole line.